Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Pause and Ponder. This is Pastor Brian coming at you. I'm glad you could stop and pause with us today as we reflect on God's Word. Today we're looking at Luke chapter 7 and starting off in verse 11. Soon afterward, Jesus went with his disciples to the village of Nain, and a large crowd followed him. A funeral procession was coming out as he approached the village gate. The young man who had died was a widow's only son, and a large crowd from the village was with her. When the Lord saw her, his heart overflowed with compassion. "Don't cry," he said. And then he walked over to the coffin and touched it, and the bearers stopped. "Young man," he said, "I tell you, get up." Then the dead boy sat up and began to talk, and Jesus gave him back to his mother. Have you ever heard of the expression, "He who laughs last laughs best"? Now, I'm just struck at that statement when it comes to this story. Is it more, can it be better personified than here in this scenario? Jesus Christ encounters a woman, a widow, in the midst of her grief. As he's passing through, and we've been talking how Jesus, when he passes through, things change, things get dynamic. And so in this scenario, in the middle of her grief, not having her boy, she's a widow, already difficult, her circumstances are dire. Jesus sees her and has compassion. Death is such a ultimate thing, it's final. The finality of it is so objective, it's there. You can't really do anything. And so Jesus comes into the midst of that situation, realizing the finality of her relationship with her son in that moment. And he turns things around because he has the last word. Jesus has the last laugh. And we get to see this throughout his ministry, but he's going to ultimately do this all the way through to the most ultimate thing that he could do, the resurrection from the dead, when it's him who lays down his life but picks it up again after 3 days on Easter Sunday. Jesus has the last laugh. He gets the final word. He did it for this widow. And my challenge to you today is, how is he doing it in your life? What are you going through right now? Maybe it's not so directly related like a death, but maybe it could be the loss of a dream or a very impossible circumstance, a difficulty at work, or an impossibility within a relationship and a family dynamic, something within your health. Whatever it is, you might have had a certain finality given to a circumstance and situation. But I wonder, has he gotten the last word in? Has he gotten the last laugh over your circumstance and situation? Jesus Christ has the power, the ability, he has the authority to be able to change any circumstance around. So today I would invite you, come to him, run to Jesus, and just ask him for his word, his final word on that circumstance that you're going through. And watch and see how God can change the most desperate of circumstances. Why? Because he's a God that's filled with compassion for you and for me. May God bless you today. Be encouraged, and we'll see you soon.